And I'm looking for a party. I got a party.
Ba ba ba, yeah.
Party hardy.
Oh, what? Shit. How have I not noticed this? I mounted this monitor like a month ago. My bottom OBS toolbar. Oh, cool. Advertisement on my own fucking live stream. That's cool.
Go through this every week.
It's been a few weeks since it happened, and it's still bullshit. And I don't care if it's every week. It's still bullshit. But 30-second ads for days, but it's my channel.
Are you getting any money for that?
No, because I can't
Well,
watch my own ads. It's bullshit.
Yes, I riot.
Like, so where I have my top monitor mounted, the bottom OBS toolbar, which gives you like your drop frames and your bitrate and CPU usage, it's blocked by the bezel of my bottom monitor. Oh. I just can't see that. Oh. And I don't know how I haven't noticed it so far. Because like I said, I mounted it like over a month ago. I gotta fix that. I gotta move it up like half an inch. Welcome to Big Box Weekly, the show without an intro. It's me. It's Tim. What's going on?
It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday evening.
And you know, based on the events of today, I could even go so far as to quote you two and say Sunday, bloody Sunday.
You know, yeah.
Do you want to tell that story, or just leave it to your Tuesday video?
Kind of appropriate. Well, see, I think I might put that video out on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Because I already have one scheduled for Tuesday. But
right, because we kind of fell off the whip wagon.
Yeah. I could just switch it around, though. I don't know. I'll switch it back to... I'll put the whip season 2
finale
on Tuesday, and I'll put the part 2 of the CSGO video to Wednesday then.
Oh, and just a note, there are 2 separate finales for Whip Season 2, so
yes.
You guys will have to go watch both. How was my trip? As you can tell from the title, I need a vacation from my vacation.
Quite often the case. How's it going, Kevin? So I'm gonna leave most of the details for the video, but I'm going to say that myself and Terra Firma Punk did not get along very well today.
I mean, realistically, hasn't got along very well since we started the series, if we're being honest.
That too.
Honesty
may have been a mistake. Yes,
it's the best policy, but it's important to remember, by process of elimination, dishonesty is in fact the second best policy.
Guess there's really no other options, is there?
Exactly.
So you'll have to see the intro that I have for the video is kind of a good representation of what comes.
And I don't know what the intro is. I don't. Oh, yes, I do. No, this is something recorded afterwards.
So
this is something I'm even looking forward to.
Yeah. So I think I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give too much away.
That's
in
fair.
Other news,
you got to get that clickbait, you know.
That's right. I'm all about that clickbait, boys.
I mean, I'm thinking about posting a video this week where I put Jake Paul in the title.
Who's Jake Paul?
Some jackass on YouTube who's really popular lately.
Really? For what?
He's like I don't even know how to describe his content. Like, he's just an asshole. He's one of the Viners that moved over to the platform and got really successful.
Oh, Viners. Okay.
Yeah, not Jake Paul. Hey, I just said Jake Paul. I can put him in the tags for this stream.
That's true.
Kevin's just
That's
like,
true.
Not Jake Paul. Anything but Jake Paul. No, well, I want to actually do a video talking about the elephant in the room that everyone seems to be missing with him. So it's actually like a very well thought out video talking about his this cycle of self-destruction that he's going through.
Is he a rapey pedo?
No, he's not. Well, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, Kemet, you're just like, no. But no, like, it's actually interesting. The elephant in the room that everyone is missing and no one's talking about is this cycle of self-destruction he's put himself on. No one's talking about it. and I think it's important.
Can I have an example? I don't know.
I want to kind of just leave it for the video.
Oh, you're putting out a video for him?
Yes. About.
Oh.
That's what I was talking about. No one's,
okay.
No one else is talking about these things I'm noticing and gathering.
Oh, okay. I was misunderstanding. When does that video come out?
It hasn't been filmed yet, so
Okay.
potentially the end of this week, maybe next week.
To be determined.
Depends on what my schedule. Yeah, he got arrested, so
You got arrested.
everyone missed these obvious things where I was like, he's clearly going to get frigging arrested. Like, I've been thinking for like a month that he's going to get arrested.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it's... Like, just one of the things is he lives in California, right?
Well, there you go.
And in California, it's a hands-free driving state. You're supposed to use earpieces or the built-in stuff in the car. You're not even supposed to touch your phone.
Yep, same way as is Chicago. Yep.
In the video where he's doxing a musician, that's also a totally effed up thing. He does this part of the video where he's showing like the entire front of a musician's house.
Wow, what an a-hole.
And the thing got like 4.5 million views in a day, and he didn't take the thing down. Like, you're cool. As he's driving up to the house, he's got his phone in his hand right next to the steering wheel with Google Maps. I looked like text messages up from the video, actually. And he left it in.
Oh, so there's, visual proof.
So there's actual proof.
The law.
Right. So that was like one of the big no one talked about this type of moments for me.
Oh, he was showing Post Malone.
Yeah, Post Malone. Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Post Malone's kind of a douche anyway.
Yeah,
very controversial stance on Post Malone.
Yeah, you're one of the only people who doesn't actually like him, I think. A lot of people think he's a good guy. I don't care.
You know, that may be the case. I just don't think dude's talented.
That's fair. That's totally fair. It doesn't change whether or not he's a good person.
That's
He's
true.
just not talented.
He could be the nicest guy in the world. That's fine. I just don't appreciate his talent.
That's okay, and that's fine. That's not controversial at all.
That's true. It's not. It's,
and then, like, in another video, he accuses his neighbors of trying to kill him.
Post Malone does?
No. The Jake Paul guy.
Jake.
And, like, at this point, he's already shown his house and all of his neighbors' houses at different points in the video. So it's very clear where he lives. And he's making a video for his army of, like, 12-year-old fans, saying that his neighbors are trying to kill him.
He's not mentally stable, is he?
He's like 20 years old, and all of a sudden he has all this fame.
That could be a pressure.
Yeah. Like, and he just needs help is the problem. He needs help, and he's not getting it. But, like, so he does this video, right? And he makes a comment in the video because apparently someone loosened all the lug nuts off one of the tires on their big van.
On whose van?
On Jake Paul's van.
Oh, okay. That's bad.
Yeah, but he goes out and he straight up accuses his neighbors of doing it. Not, you know, one of the many people that might just hate him that, you know, have seen where he lives, you know, have seen exactly what his house looks like from video and has seen the public business address of his house. Couldn't have been one of those folks. It had to be one of his neighbors that's pissed that he's loud all the friggin' time. Which, don't get me wrong, my neighbors are loud all the friggin' time. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
It's obnoxious. But, like, so it couldn't have been one of those people, right?
Yeah.
And then he's talking about his friends are in the van, and they're going down the highway, and they feel...
Hey, Rob.
Bump, 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 bump. And they pull over to the side of the road to see what's going on. They see that this tire has no lug nuts on it, and they decide to keep driving until the tire falls off.
Then they're
That's
dumbass.
on them. And then he makes a comment. This is back to the whole idea of breaking the law. He's like, what if it was actually loaded up with the 10 or 15 people that can fit in that party van? And we were going down the highway at 80. Well, one, you shouldn't say you're going to be going down the highway at 80 since that's 10 miles an hour above the California speed limit.
Right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Looking good. Thank you, Robster. So are you, my dude. I know you are.
That's enough Jake Paul for this video.
Okay.
That's enough.
I would probably get more into that topic if I knew who he was.
Yeah. I agree. I think you would too. It was a bunch of self-destructive behavior.
But he sounds like he needs help.
Right, he very much does. And now that he's in prison, he won't get that help.
No, he won't.
Which is very unfortunate.
Yes, yeah, it is.
But yeah, so that's enough of that. So I touched on this briefly earlier when we were recording Work in Progress, I think, or before. I was driving home from my vacation today. Demon Overlord will be... Okay. That's for you, Tim.
Yes, Demon Overlord. Cool.
I was driving home from my vacation this morning, coming down out of the mountains. I'm coming over a little hill on the highway, and I have to come to a dead stop. No one's around me, so it's fine. I had to come to a stop because a mother black bear and her 3 cubs were crossing the highway. You don't see that every day.
No, you don't. Well,
I'm glad I don't. I'm very glad I don't see that every day. Way up north where the air gets cold.
Is it black bear or...
Yeah, black bears.
Okay.
Which was also weird because you usually see 2 cubs. Yo, what's up, Mikey Sky? How you doing? But yeah, so that was just, it was weird to me because like normally you only see 2 cubs with a mother bear, not 3. And like they were at this point they were reasonably large cubs.
Maybe one of them had a sleepover.
Maybe. And it was a really large mama bear. I did not want to F with them. Because it crossed my mind. I was like, I could pull off into the breakdown lane, jump out real quick, go into my trunk, get my camera, and get some really cool pictures. And I was like, I don't want to get out of my car around these bears.
Break it down now. No, I think you made a wise decision of staying in your vehicle.
So I was just like, I'm going to wait for them to cross. They can do their thing, and then I'm gone. At a nice, safe, legal driving speed.
Nice little side note there.
A nice, safe, legal driving speed of 70 because the speed limit is 70 up there. Not doing 80 at all, doing 70. Yeah, it's actually cool up there that the speed limit's 70 because 65 is just too damn slow.
Yeah, that 5 miles an hour extra.
Okay, I know it sounds stupid, but it actually makes a friggin' difference.
In your gas gauge.
My vehicle actually gets better mileage at 70 than 65.
It's false.
It's not.
It's false.
It's not.
It's false.
It's not.
It's false.
If I'm doing 70 down the highway, I get about 29 miles to the gallon. If I'm doing 60 or 65, I get about 27 or 28.
Prove it.
Okay. I'll have to do science.
Yes.
Science! Wait, Tim, but you won't watch that video because I'll have to number in that video.
Well, I'll have to make an exception.
Oh, he's gonna watch me number. I am doing well, Mike. How about yourself?
Where are you seeing Mike at?
The YouTube chat.
Oh, I'm on Twitch chat.
You don't have the YouTube chat up? I have both.
I don't know.
Shame. For shame. Yeah, you're right, though, Kemet. It would, in fact, be very good clickbait. Which is why I was like, I might make this video. I'm sorry.
What was that?
That's a speedboat going by on the lake.
Holy Jesus.
I saw the thing from here, because if I'm looking right where I'm looking, I have a clear shot right to the lake. It had dual 300s on it.
It's loud.
Wait, you are on Twitch too? Damn, so professional. No, we're not. Not even a little bit.
Very professional. Don't let him fool you.
Yeah, no, dude. Kevin, that was super loud. And don't forget, I have this little tiny microphone now pointed right at my mouth. It doesn't pick up too much background noise. But when you're going by with 600 frickin' horsepower on 2 outboards, it gets loud. Wait, is he coming back around? Hold on. No, he's not coming back around yet. He's down the other end of the lake.
Isn't there? Don't you have like a noise ordinance or something?
Not in effect until 10 o'clock.
Really? On a Sunday night?
Even on a Sunday, it's still 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Apparently
they also have laws against fireworks. They don't enforce those either, so...
Yes. Found that out, didn't you?
Well, I've known that for years. It's just I'm more vocal about it now. Because
it was good.
Especially when they're lighting them off right next to a cop's house, and I see the cop come home and walk into his house, and he doesn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
That just pisses me off. But hey, whatever. I hate everyone, so.
That would suck to be on that boat. It might be a little windy on that boat, yeah.
Well, the other thing is there's also, at least in Massachusetts, unless otherwise stated, 40 mile an hour on the water speed limit. He was definitely doing more than that.
I was going to say that sounded like he was doing more around 65.
My guess is about 80 because we can get our boat up to 67 with both of us in it, and he was alone with more than twice the horsepower.
Nice.
But it doesn't... Wait, do you hate me too? That's me. I'm sorry, Mike. You'll get used to it. I hate everyone.
He does, yes. Don't take it personally.
You see, but here's the thing. If I haven't putting the energy into hating you, it means I believe. If I'm not even putting energy into hating you, that's when you should be worried. That's when you know I have no patience for you. That's why I don't put energy into hating Kemet anymore. Oh, come back around. Come back around. Oh, he was going slower that time.
I can still hear it.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus. Just go out of 41. Yeah, 41.5.
Yeah, wow. I know.
Don't let him get you down, Kemet.
Don't get me down. Yes.
Gross. So, Greg, before we started here, you were saying about how YouTube is being the Titanic.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I was having this conversation because I don't want to name names, but I was trying to have a conversation with someone who has a YouTube channel that is their income. They dropped out of college to pursue it. It is their income. And it's sinking and sinking and sinking. And, you know, because of the fact that I have stepped in to run businesses that are failing, turn them around to be succeeding. I have experience with running businesses and turning them around. I was trying to talk to this person to explain, look, this is what your analytics say. Your channel's failing. You're doing all of these desperate things, yet you seem to ignore the fact that it's failing. Like, you're not trying to go back and finish your degree or have any sort of backup plan. You're just making all these desperate moves. You know, you need to pivot and figure out what the hell you're going to do.
Adapt and overcome.
Because realistically, in 3 years, I don't think you're going to be making any money on the platform. You know, I don't know if the platform's going to exist in 3 years. I don't think they could bet on being able to make money 6 months from now on the platform.
That's...
Realistically, speaking as someone who once thought, hey, I could probably be a YouTuber, I don't want to bet money that I don't want to bet that I could make 5 cents on the platform tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not reliable.
No, it's not.
And it's getting even harder now to do external sponsored spots. And sponsors are becoming harder to deal with. It's just... And the other problem is just with the platform itself, and here's the root of it. Even before the hashtag adpocalypse that happened this year, I am not going down that road, Kemet. I don't want to give any information about this person. I don't want to give any public information about this person. I bet Tim knows who I'm talking about, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to share anything at all. But, like, YouTube up until this year has been operating the past couple of years on, like, a $2 billion a year loss.
That's a lot.
Like, they're creating a revenue of $4 billion and spending $6 billion.
That's not sustainable.
And there's more creators uploading videos every year. And now they have less ad partners. So they're probably losing even more for the 2017 fiscal year. I would be surprised if they weren't up around like a $2.5 billion loss. Actually, it does, Mike, so I will not be saying it. Because when talking about someone's livelihood or their career, I don't think a name needs to be attached to make the point.
No.
So I will not be saying it. But, like, the platform is dying. It literally could just disappear tomorrow. YouTube at any point in time can pretty much just delete your channel or delete your monetization.
They have.
Yeah, exactly. It's happened to a lot of people. They just randomly go in and all of a sudden all of their videos are demonetized.
Yep.
Or their channel just doesn't exist anymore. And,
Crazy.
you know, it's just... It's not a sustainable platform. So the fact that anyone can be so blind as to think they can actually continue to make a living off of the platform for any amount of time to come, and when someone actually sits down to have a business conversation about it, to try to help them, and dismiss them as, well, you've never run a successful YouTube channel. Or they have randomly unsubbed you to people. Yeah, you randomly lose subscribers. Or you don't even have to be unsubbed, because if you haven't clicked the bell, or even if you have clicked the bell, they might not be pushing your content to your subscribers.
Right.
So, like, there's just... It's not reliable.
Yeah.
It's just... It's, you know... So I was having this conversation earlier today, too, with my sister about... If it wasn't for the fact that I've already put so much money into the equipment I have for this, I don't know if I'd still be doing it. That's kind of the boat I'm in. Like, I enjoy it, but, like, if it was the fact that I needed to have equipment to do it, if I needed the equipment, I just don't think I'd be doing it.
You know, that's a good question.
Because, like, we're coming at this, especially you and me, because we're not exactly running this off of, like, a cheap gaming laptop with, like, a blue snowball.
Right.
You and I are both, like, in the ballpark of $4,000+ worth of equipment. And I'm just talking about it one setup. You, with all of your setups, you're probably in the $8,000+ range, which is painful to think about. And, like, I'm probably in, like, I would say I'm probably in about the $5,000 worth of equipment area. But, like, yeah, I know a few people enjoy what I'm doing. So, like, I guess that makes it worth it until YouTube implodes, right? And I'm also getting to a point where, like, I'm not such a huge fan of Twitch streaming anymore. Because I find I get a lot more trolls and jackasses on Twitch.
Well, yeah.
And
if you were to switch over to, like, Beam or some other thing, there's not as many trolls, but yet.
And, like, the other problem...
That'll change, too.
Is when you're dealing with it in live time, if you're not in, like, a really good state of mind for a day, it literally affects the quality of your content.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I've got one, and Tim has, like, 2 setups and a laptop. We're passionate about gaming is the thing. It's not that we're passionate about YouTube.
No, see, for me, it's a nice creative outlet. I don't do this for money.
No, neither
if I went in trying to do this for money, I think I'd drive myself crazy.
Oh, well,
There'd
yeah.
be too much pressure.
Based on the discussion we just have. What's going on, Kim?
What's up, Kim?
But, like, it's just...
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, you know, if I didn't have all of... Like, because I was actually sitting down earlier today rationalizing, because I don't like getting rid of footage, because if I need to use footage from a previous video for a video to get a point across, I like to be able to go and actually get the full definition file, not the stupid YouTube download.
Right.
So I was actually going through rationalizing today. It seems to make sense for me to build a 24 terabyte server.
It's big.
That's the boat I'm in right now. Well, I mean, like, I get what you're saying, Mike. Like, my computer is worth, like, $2,000. It's all of the rest of the equipment. It's the lights, it's the camera, it's the capture devices, it's the screens, it's the software. Yeah, I'm rationalizing a 24 terabyte server right now, Kemet. Because as I sent a picture to today, earlier to Tim, as I have mentioned, I've launched the Greg C96 VODs channel, where all of my Twitch streams go up at full 1080p high bitrate to the YouTube channel after I stream them. In 4 months of not following a streaming schedule, I have 600 gigabytes worth of files just chilling.
It's a lot.
Like, up until basically middle of last year, I was deleting all of my footage after I posted it. and I stopped. I've filled up like 5 terabytes worth of drive of footage over the past year.
That's cool, Demon. That's, yeah.
Like, you know, I'm just sitting here like, well, I've got like spare hardware that definitely could run a server. I just need to buy like, I was talking to Tim earlier. I'm like, yeah, I'm up to about $1,000 worth of hard drives right now, and that's not even counting like a power supply and a chassis and an SSD for the operating system. And I'm like, I think I need to go more because I think I should like get enterprise class drives or data center drives. Like, yeah.
Greg may need an intervention.
I might. Well, the problem is, too, it's like, you know, I mean, I've talked to you about what I do for work. I like just playing around with the stuff because I'm passionate about technology. Like, I'm in the process of designing right now, trying to do home automation systems. Like, I enjoy messing around with the stuff. So, like, I'm very fortunate that I'm at 20 years old in a place in my life where I can afford to do all of these projects I want to do. I'm very fortunate. I never, ever want to take that for granted. You did do a show that was 200 gigs. Dude, I had to delete footage from frickin' the Play for Papyrus and the Extra Life streams because those streams alone were like 300 to 400 gigabytes.
Well, yeah, when they're that long.
Like, I just got rid of them. I was like, I'm never, ever, ever going to find the time to edit these. Or if I want a clip from them, I'm never going to find the time to sort through 12 hours of footage to find that 10-second clip. So it's not even worth it. Still looking into making something
be after this.
Raspberry Pis. I am not using the Raspberry Pi platform for several reasons. The good thing about the Raspberry Pi is the built-in TCP/IP stack, depending on what you're doing. I'm using Texas Instruments, though, and using their... I don't remember what the name of the line is, but basically they're the competitor to the Atmega stuff. Atmel, sorry. Atmel's ATmega stuff. I've been looking at maybe the Cortex chips, too. I don't want to go too in-depth right now, though, because that'll just be a very one-sided show.
You think?
Maybe I should start doing more I'm talking about deep in-depth tech shit, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows?
I use Texas Instruments calculators. Does that count?
I do too, man. They make good calculators. Oh, that's not good. I just went to unplug my external drive that I have hooked in right now, and the whole wall plate moved like an inch.
Ooh. Fire hazard.
Yeah, I didn't do that outlet. That was done by the people who built the second floor of the house, so, like, I should look into that. I should, like, open that up later, and... Because that's what's running the power strips that run the entire setup here.
Oh. Danger.
And the top outlet runs my air conditioner.
That's a lot of voltage, dude.
That's a lot of wattage going through one outlet.
Yeah, it is. I'd be careful if I were you.
Well, the AC is not running constantly.
It would be if I was living there.
I mean, if I run it right now... Well, I live on a lake, too, so I can put a box fan in my window that does a good enough job cooling the room and way less power.
Yeah,
No, believe it or not, I do not have a UPS. That's one of the things that I need to get. I've been looking for a good one, though.
What's a UPS?
Uninterruptible power supply.
Oh.
So, like, it's basically a power strip with a battery built in.
Oh.
It accomplishes two things. One, it does power filtering. So, like, power spikes and power surges won't damage your equipment.
Right.
And two, in the case of power loss, it'll give you about 15 to 20 minutes of battery life for your PC so that you can properly close everything and properly shut it down.
Wow.
One of these,
if you remember.
Right, if you're around it.
Right.
The other thing is some of the higher end ones, which is what I would get, they actually have a USB port onto them. So you connect them to your PC via USB and you put their software on it. So it's constantly going to be reporting the power draw and how much power is remaining to your computer so that it'll actually send an operating system shutdown signal when it gets below a certain threshold.
Wow.
So you can actually have it to automatically shut your PC off. But I'm going to be doing that when I kind of redo my whole desk area here. Because one of the things I'm looking into again is I'm looking at recycling my PC case to be the server case.
Hey, Sophie.
Hello from a British human who should be asleep, but insomnia is whipping. Insomnia. Insomnia happened. I did too. I didn't sleep Friday night for more than an hour. I went to bed at about 4 a.m. and I woke up at about 5.
That's fun.
And I hiked a mountain that day. I'm insane. But basically, I'm thinking about building the whole PC into a leg of my desk here. Because my desk is cantilevered, but it needs more support. So I'm thinking about doing it that way and just building.
All right, come on. You haven't slept in 6 weeks? I don't think that's possible.
I don't either. And I'm not sure what Mike is saying FFF about.
Paying respects.
I love Rob. Yes, surely you've slept. I think it's
possible to not sleep for 6 weeks.
No. The best I've gone is 100 hours. And I felt it afterwards,
that's
man. A lot. I did 100 hours. This is senior year high school, back when I was super heavily involved in competitive robotics still. On one of my school vacations, I was getting ready for an event. So I did 100 straight hours of work on the robot, slept for 12, and then did another 70 hours.
I remember you telling me about that. That's crazy.
I used to do stupid shit like that all the time. Like, we needed to do a demo the next day at work, but I still also had an 8-hour work day, and I was like, I can totally take this thing apart and rebuild it better in a night. So I worked an 8-hour day, pulled an all-nighter rebuilding the robot, and then worked an 8-hour day. And that's
why not?
And that's back when I was in my R&D lab job, so I was working with, like, highly pressurized valves that could explode and kill you if you didn't know what you were doing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I've done some questionable shit, huh? I'm just finally reflecting on all of this stuff I've done.
Just maybe not the smartest.
I'm still here. Yeah, during that all-nighter, I stepped on an Allen wrench, and it drove it through my foot.
Ow.
I took it out and poured hydrogen peroxide through my foot and got back to work.
Because, yes.
It never got infected or caused serious damage. My foot is fine. It healed. Which is also really weird, because, like, you would think your foot shouldn't heal from that when you're, like, still walking on it. Because, like, your feet are kind of important.
Okay. And you would be incorrect on that, Sophie. By a lot.
Well, how many hours would be 6 weeks?
Well, the world record. Take a guess at what the world's record is for longest a human has gone without sleep.
I guess, like, well, I've done 100 hours. I guess, like, 200. 180.
You'd be wrong, too. It's 264.4 hours.
Okay, and I'm going to pull up my calculator here. 24 hours in a day times 7 days a week.
Which is 11 days and 25 minutes.
So yeah, it would be 1,008 hours of no sleep in 6. 6 weeks would be 1,000 hours.
Yes.
That's 10 times the worst I've done, and I couldn't have gone a single hour further. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Either, like, you're lying or you're a vampire. And I think vampire is not... I think vampire is about as likely as staying up for 6 weeks straight.
Blah.
Blah. Alright, well, we've hit 35 minutes. I think that's decent wrapping up point. I can't even remember half the shit we've talked about tonight.
Does it matter?
No, we did pretty good.
Oh, one thing I was going to bring up was
bring it up.
I participated in my first iRacing.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. You need to tell us how that went.
Race today. So if you don't know, iRacing is a racing simulator, and
accurate.
You have to like practice on the track for a minimum. The track that I was on, which was Phoenix, was you had to practice. You had to complete 10 laps without any incidences, which is without going off the track, without hitting the wall, without.
Oh, because you're still in the training portion.
I'm still a rookie, right?
Yeah.
So, and you can, as a rookie, you can only do certain things. So there's only like 6 things that I can do. Half of them are dirt tracks, and I practice on dirt track, and I am awful. God awful at dirt track. So I'm not even.
You need to work with me some, dude. Dirt is my domain.
Well, you can do the dirt aspect of it.
Also, Sophie left after we said she was lying.
Shocking.
I know.
Really call out on that, really. Anyway, so
just a thought process. I haven't slept in 6 weeks. Bullshit.
Yeah.
End of story.
Even people that are on cocaine don't go that long without sleep.
Even people that are on Rogaine don't go that long without sleep.
Okay.
Rogaine.
So they're all different things that you have to register for like qualifying and all this stuff at different times, right? Mm-hmm. Which I didn't realize. You just couldn't go in between like such a time, such time, or a day, and place a qualifying time, and then the races are scheduled ahead.
Yes,
which is kind of, I didn't know that.
It's like real racing.
Yeah, believe it or not. And
it's
I qualified. Yeah, I qualified pretty bad because I hit the wall.
Oh, God.
I'm not used to truck, and I hate Phoenix, the racetrack. I hate it.
Yeah.
So I think I qualified as like 18th or 19th, something like that. And there were 49 people.
Okay.
In this race, which is a lot. Half of them didn't start the race because they quit. So that's cool. So we're down to, there was 24 or something like that, 25, somewhere around there, that were actually in the race.
Mm-hmm.
After the first lap, there were 14 that were still racing because there was an accident.
Awesome. As you do when you're rookies.
Right. Well, and there were a couple of guys that weren't rookies. I don't know why they were in this race, but
that's a very good question.
And it was 25 laps.
People on iRacing get freaking aggressive, man. When they're playing with people worse than them, they get pissed. You make a silly mistake, oh my God.
There was this one dude that kept using voice chat. I didn't hear what he was saying because I must have had a setting wrong, but he was talking an awful lot. You can see when they're talking because their name pops up on the screen.
Yep.
And I think he was talking to me because every time he was coming up behind me, his name would pop up and he was saying something.
Probably letting you know he's passing. As
maybe
you should do.
He talked an awful lot though. So
maybe he was passing you a lot.
He was. So I ended up finishing 7th.
Yep.
Which I strung together probably 12 good laps, and which is pretty remarkable considering that everybody else, with the exception of the 3 guys that were first, second, third, take away me, and like everybody else was out to try and do a demolition party.
Oh, good. I love those people. Those are the people that get banned from iRacing.
Yeah. So
that was the problem I had with iRacing, because as I've mentioned previously, like I used to do a lot of simulators. Like I did iRacing. I used to do a lot of flight sims.
I did some flight sim. I can't fly a plane.
I wanted to get my pilot's license for a while. I ended up never doing that though. I should have. Maybe I still should. I don't know. I just don't think it would be super beneficial in my life to have a pilot's license. Maybe with that new working commute, I can just fly a plane to work.
Yeah, you come fly. We got an airport here in my hometown. You can fly a Cessna into it.
Come fly with me. There we go. That's how we're going to visit Tim, on the big box private Cessna.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't need a jet. Actually,
No.
it'll be more like the big box private biplane.
I think that would fit us very well.
I mean, we're not exactly a large organization. We are the small
maybe
manila envelope of gamers at this point, but
With some duct tape on the propeller. And
it'll be just... Yeah, that's right. Rob will be the
Oh,
pilot.
yeah.
That means
You
you have to
gotta
get
come across
over
the pond.
here, though, man. It's an awful long flight to get across the pond. I've done that once before. No, I haven't. Never mind. What am I saying? I've done the opposite way, which is about as long of a flight. I've gone across country. I haven't gone across the pond. But it's still a long-ass flight.
That's no issue.
Okay. Is your pilot's license valid in America? Like, that's not a snarky question. I just don't understand how that works. Because I never got that far along in the process. Tim's just like...
Would there be a different training? I don't understand how...
I don't know either.
Okay.
Because, like, I know in, like, the European countries, their driver's license training is way more intensive. Like, they force you to do, like, bad condition driving. Like, part of your licensing exam is driving in downpour, driving in snow, and driving in heavy fog.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I
We
agree.
should have that here.
I agree entirely. That way we won't have freaking teenagers texting on their phone in a snowstorm. Oh my god, how was I supposed to know I was going to slide into you when I slammed my fucking brakes?
Triggered. Greg's triggered.
Yeah, there may or may not be a story behind that one.
I'd love to meet you too, Rob. That'd be great. Good times.
Good time, having a ball.
Sometime I want to go to London. That's closer to you than what I am now.
Just not right now.
No, I don't have no.
I don't have a
for the
death
rest of this year
wish.
planned.
I don't have a death wish. Shit going down in London right now.
Have I missed something? Something happened recently?
I mean, all the terrorist attacks in the past few months.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if there was something that happened like today or yesterday that I didn't hear about.
Not that I'm aware, but I've kind of been out of the loop for the past few days. I've been up in the mountain
You've
listening
been
to banjos.
duct taping your butt shut. Yeah.
No. Rob says no.
No.
No,
Okay.
something hasn't happened in the past few days, or no, Greg,
That's
you're
what I
wrong,
said.
you're an idiot.
Well,
I mean, that's always the
we're-
case. Do not let
son
this whole
butt up.
terrorist stuff stop you visiting the UK. Hell no. You see, Rob, here's the thing, right? Everywhere is kind of messed up right now. At least back here, when I'm dealing with those type of threats, I know my environment. I'm familiar with it.
It'd be different if every other country didn't hate Americans.
That's true, too. You're fine until you open your mouth.
Yeah.
If I could just go over there and be a mime, I'd be fine.
I'd feel safer. You know, if I got to say that I'm Canadian, eh?
How you doing, Mayday? Crikey!
Well, see,
Where can I find shrimp on the barbie?
That's Australian.
I know.
Okay.
I
we
was
were
just doing
talking
anything.
Canadian.
Well, it started Canadian, then I was like, anything but American, really? I could pull off being Australian. No, I couldn't.
Maybe
It's
if there's
like, you
not
guys,
other
you don't hate
Australians
us,
around.
right? Right, well, the thing is, individually, we don't hate you. Nations as a whole tend to hate Americans.
Yeah.
So while there are definitely, I would say, majority of good people, it's the small minority that is often the most vocal. So even though it's maybe not even 1% of the population of any of those countries that hate Americans, those are the ones that are going to find us and make it horrible. Just like, you know, when people come over to visit the States, it's the frickin' racist assholes that they find that tell them to go back to their country.
Yeah.
Not everyone in America is racist, believe it or not. The news would tell you otherwise, but...
Portion of the country is, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately, I would say, comparative to the rest of the world, there is a large disparity between the amount of racism here versus the rest of the world. It is definitely worse. It is definitely a problem. But like, I don't go out and tell my black neighbors to go back to where they came from.
Their mom's vagina?
Yeah, go crawl back inside there. You know, I don't walk into a Chinese restaurant and say you shouldn't be here. Unfortunately, I've seen that happen before, though.
Yeah.
Not cool. I don't go out and tell the one-armed guy that does he need help changing his diaper.
What?
Your
Why
story.
does the one-armed guy have a diaper?
Your story there with TGI Fridays. Your prom night story there. It came to mind. It's discrimination based on some sort of physical attribute that doesn't really matter. That's kind of the whole big deal. It's not even so much race. It's people hate people hate people of different races. People hate people that are LGBT. I don't know the rest of the letters for the acronym, so the internet's going to get triggered and hate me now.
They hate you anyway.
True. I hate everyone, so it's fine.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. The world is just a freaking crazy place right now.
The world
and I
is a
feel
vampire.
a lot safer being in the environment I'm familiar with to deal with those threats.
Right.
Like, I got a message. I got a message, guys.
You're popular.
Oh my god, I got the first message I've received all day. Oh my god, I wonder what it is.
That's false. I sent you a message earlier.
You don't count.
Wow.
Hey-o.
All right. On that note,
I think that's a good place to wrap it up. You have people who want to go play CSGO with you. Now we hit 45 minutes, and considering I was talking about wrapping it up 15 minutes ago, I say we done good.
yeah.
Another message. Holy crap.
Blow it up.
Oh my god. All right. Thank you for watching, everybody. It is mucho appreciated. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.